Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be a TVZ from a Wardy here on Ancient Cistern. It's Cure versus Dark. Top right going to be Cure, bottom left gonna be Dark. So an excellent ZVT here. Dark is a world champion, Cure is a GSL champion, so these two players are elite. Cure is kind of struggling lately, so I wanted to see how he matched up against Dark in a ZVT. He knows how to use ghosts because he's an elite Terran player, so we'll see how Dark handles that, shall we? Yes, indeed. Scouting for proxies. Are these overlords? Not going to find any because there's a barracks coming up inside the main base. We got a 16, 18, 17 timing here from Dark. Everything is A-okay here today. Woof. So, everything, everything is cool in Casa de la Falcon. This looks weird, man. Why? Why does it look weird? Because of the stuff underneath it? Whoa. Growing. Little bug inside. Everything is A-okay there. The weather says tomorrow is going to be a nice high of 76 here in the Salt Lake Valley. That is some music to my ears after a long winter with a lot of snow. Usually in winter, I have to shovel my driveway, I don't know, 4 or 5 times maybe. And this winter, I feel like I shoveled it like 15 times. So that is good for the drought conditions here in Utah, but bad for my back. That is certainly the case. Alright, man. So Reaper expand timing. All is well here from Cure. Reaper name up. This Reaper name is made by Jonathan Filori, a longtime subscriber. The name is Steve. Having become satisfied with placing enough blocks and killing enough dragons in the previous server, Steve logs off and searches for a new server. Oh, this is Minecraft Steve. Getting excited about building in the stars, he logs into a new server IP address, only to find himself hopping into an active StarCraft game with no experience on this server and unable to place blocks. He finds himself signing up for the program with the biggest sign, the Reaper program. Can Steve survive long enough to get another Minecraft server and get to another Minecraft server and get back to his lifelong love of placing blocks and slaying dragons? Let's find out. Ah, the Ender Dragon. Good stuff, man. My kids do love Minecraft. The kids, they yearn for the mines. Oh, he dead. Goodbye, Steve. Nah, I don't know if he could survive long enough to get back to another Minecraft server. Third base coming up, so 3 minutes from Cure. All is well. Overlord scouting in to see what's going on there. Third base from Dark on the way. So yeah, Dark made more lings than usual. 6 lings instead of traditional 2. Reached right around behind that Reaper, and bam, he dead. Got a starport on the way here from Cure. Second gas being taken from Cure. Did delay that second gas because the command center kind of took a lot of time and a lot of resources, but it's cool. Yeah, when that oh my gosh, did you just let lings inside your house? Okay, so Dark gets a full-on, straight-up perfect scout of everything that Cure is doing. Just because the front door was open and the Reaper was dead. That's the bonus you get, man, when you kill that Reaper. You get to scout now. Hooray! Creep spread trying to connect all 3 bases. Hellions coming on down, trying to see what they can do. Banshee on the way. Nothing too crazy there from Cure. Pretty normal stuff. Right. Drone, get out of there. Turn into an extractor or just evacuate. Evacuating is fine here, too. I'm okay with that. We don't have to turn into an evolution chamber or a spore. Yeah, creep connecting all these bases. Priority numero uno. Okay. So it is cloak banshees, which means that it's more than one. Pretty standard stuff, man. Right? Nothing too crazy there. The only remotely crazy things about this game so far have been the kind of early third, which is more standard than anything these days, and the 6 lings instead of the 4 that Dark started this game off with. He's throwing up them drones. He is playing so macro-oriented right now. He is getting a lair at 441. And honestly, a 4th base here from Dark would not be out of the ordinary. There it is. Here we go. 450. Again, if the Terran player, you know he's got a super fast third, you got to get a fourth to keep up, or try to go for some kind of a 2.5 base style attack on that third to kill it. But nah, fourth base coming up left side here from Dark. So this gonna be the macro stuff. It's gonna be the macro ZVTs between Cure and Dark. I think Dark is probably favored here, but how many times have I said somebody's favored over the last couple months and they haven't won the match, right? That's what's fun about StarCraft. That's what's fun about competition in general. If every time somebody ranked higher than the person they're playing won, it'd be super boring. Nobody's into that. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants a world where that's the case. Upsets are what make the world go round for competition. Although if you're a fan of a team or a player that is elite and like #1, you don't want to see upsets. You want to see your team and your player crush all their enemies beneath their feet, right? That's way more fun for you. But I don't know. I'm just kind of a natural underdog fan, I guess. I think it's more fun when upsets happen. I think most people would agree with that. Not that I've really taken a poll or anything, but man. Banshee's up. Spore up. 2 queens up. Sniping down the spawning pool. It's kind of cool, but there's an overseer now, so that's not happening. Get out of here. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Shoo, shoo, shoo. 1 kill, 0 kills. Bah. Bah. Rebuffed. Rebuffed to the power of the queen and the range of 87. Okay, it's like a range of 7, but still. It's big. It's a big range. But without that, Liberators and Banshees would kind of just kill Zerg every time, so you have to give them something to survive it if they have the tools and the map awareness and the wherewithal to do that. Roaches out from Dark. I like it. I like it. Roaches against early pressure from Hellions is nice. Actually, 10 roaches is maybe a little bit more than that. Infestation Pit on the way from Dark here at 6 minutes. Macro hatch in the main. Ooh, 2 macro hatches in the main. Okay. This kind of feel like a max out on Roach Ravager to anybody else. I'm feeling it, but this 4th base is all saturated. Dark's got 77 workers. Nah. It's some Roach, some Ravager, but he's going for +1 melee instead of +1 missile. So he just has enough Roaches to survive against Hellions at this stage of the game. And, you know, smaller numbers of Marines and Marauders and stuff with medevac support, and then going to go back into Lings, Banes. Maybe Ultralisks. I don't know. The smaller Ultras are a little bit better than the ginormous chunky ones were, but still not great. 5th base, man. Dark. 6 o'clock position. So Cure's still in the Stone Ages, man. He's got 3 bases rolling. Dark's got his 4th. He's got a 5th base coming up. He's defending it pretty well with queens and stuff. He has a Changeling on this ramp to scout incoming attacks, which is an interesting strategy. I guess if you have an Overseer early, you might as well use the energy for something. Yeah, Cure doesn't want to engage with this many Roaches and Ravagers. That is not a good look for him. Pathogen Glands on the way. Cure's got a 4th base under construction on the right side. So we're going to see Infestors. We do not see a lot of Infestors in the current meta of ZVT, but that's okay. Still pretty good. I mean, getting a huge fungal on a group of Marines, when you're chasing them like this, is worth its weight in gold. They can't get picked up by the medevacs when they're fungaled, and they can't run either. They're in molasses. They can sort of run, but not really. And then you kill them, right? It's not quite as good as a Fungal Bile was back when the Corrosive Bile ability was introduced and Fungal rooted, and it was insanely overpowered, as you can imagine. I don't know how many of you have been around long enough to remember those days, but that was tough. And that's when they changed the Fungal to just slow. And it kind of took Fungal out of the matchup entirely. We just didn't see much Fungal in ZVT after that nerf. That said, Dark's busting it out here. He's getting Burrow. He's going to have an Infestor hit squad here, which is awesome. Yeah, no, that's a pickup. Get out of there, Cure. Get on out. Flee. But as I said earlier, this is a Wardy replay, so be sure to check him out on YouTube, link in the description, and on Twitch, link in the description. Let him know Falcon sent you. Say thanks for the replay. Just always nice to cast replays that, you know, aren't part of ESL events that, like, most people have seen. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe some people like rewatching games where they know what happens, but with a caster that they like Falcon Paladin. And maybe that's the case. Viper's coming in. Yeah, Adrenal's on the way. Dark's not going to forget about Adrenal. Not sure I've ever seen Dark forget about Adrenal as far as Zerg players are concerned, to be honest. So that's great. That's why I like Dark. He doesn't forget about Adrenal Glands. Centrifugal Hooks is coming in, but not quite ready to go yet. Plus, there's no creep here either. Get back on the creep. Yeah, stimming in there, and Zerg's like, ah, back to the safety. Centrifugal Hooks is 10 seconds away, but able to get in there to get, okay, Baneling connections, even if they're slow, getting a surround allows that to happen. Unloading just, nope, just outside the radius of that battle, not great. Widowmine has 5 kills, not too shabby. It's going to die with 5 kills, though. Roach Ravager still trying to deal with this group up the left side, but they get picked up. Can't hit him with Corrosive Bile because Cure is too good for that. I mean, people in friggin' Platinum are too good to be hit by Corrosive Bile with Marines, dude. Trying to get in here before the Widowmine set up. Oh! Takes the Banelings out of that equation. 9-kill Widowmine there. 14-kill Widowmine there. All right. These Widowmines are doing some work. They're always kind of hit and miss. They're kind of a double-edged sword. When it comes to Terran, Baneling's getting a little bit done there, but not as much as they wanted to. No real Ling to support them on that. This is a lot of Terran all of a sudden. Yeah, just sitting back here, wiping out Marines. Army value is even. On the left side, we have an attack, trying to take down this left side, 4th base. No. Enough Ling show up there. Like I said, Dark was going to go into Ling Bane here eventually. Oh, it's a dead hatch. Bam! Sucka, what is that? Is 7th? 6th base. 6th base gets wiped out. Oh, getting chased into Widowmines. So much dead Zerg here. This has been some good Widowmine connections. Dark's got 7,400 resources lost. Cure has 54. Income favoring Dark, but popping back up into Cure's side of the graph every few minutes as those mules come in. It's a good position here for Marauders to be in. Nice pick off on that Widowmine, though, and Cure just trying to find little bits of damage. Sniping up a hatch that early is great. Finishing this one off doesn't seem that difficult. Okay, this group needs to be picked up. Pick me up, I'm scared. And yeah, just multiple locations here, all attacking everywhere. Cure's got a base at the 12 o'clock that's a planetary, looking good. But Dark defending pretty well here, too. Again, the one mistake of losing this base kind of rectified to this top left. Dark's expanding up the left side here, too, to a 7th. Yeah, man, that's a 7th base left side. Planetary bomb! Ah, Dark gets in there, gets revenge. But big army on the left side. Oh, Widowmine's down. Roaches and Ravagers, but the Banelings are what's really concerning here for Cure, as we all know. Overseer, I was going to say, going to make it home after that massacre. Not so much. 76 Lings on the way. They have Adrenal. They've got +2/+2. The Marines are at 3/3, though. Combat Shield, Stim, everything looking pretty fancy here from Cure. Oversight mode here. Is that visible? Oh, that's not visible by the Terran player unless a medevac comes through here. That's huge. Ghost Academy up. What'd I tell you about ghosts? They're real is what they are. So both players maxed out at 13 minutes. Pretty traditional StarCraft 2 stuff these days. Ghost in production. Building armor. We got ourselves high-sec auto-tracking on the way as well. So it's going to come down to splash damage, right? Going to come down to these Widowmines, how good their connections are, how many hatcheries are going to die. It's always a good question. Dark just has so much stuff. Oodles and oodles of stuff. Those queens all dying, leaving a nice red spread on that creep. Fungal up. Infestor's paying for it a little bit. Double Fungal up. Infestor still paying a little bit for it here. That hatchery maybe gets target fired. There might just be enough. I don't know if there's enough actually to shut this down. The Banelings, however, joining the party. And yeah, looking good here. Dark doing some good stuff. Bottom right base for Dark coming up here as well. Widowmine, 4 kills. Chased into Widowmines. Oh, okay. 8 kills on that Widowmine pretty easily. Corrosive Bile say no. Say, get on out. Sayonara, sucker. Ooh, vehicle weapons level 2 coming in. Interesting. But Dark's got an 8th base down here in the bottom right. I mean, Cure's macroing like a madman, too. Ancient Cistern is a good map for macroing, for sure. As he's going to land his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. His 6th base. I mean, 6th base Terran. Scary stuff. And Dark is going for the Ultralisks. We do not see Ultralisks very much, do we, I feel like. Just because Snipe is so good at shutting them down? and Liberators, and Marauders. Like, there's a lot of good answers to this Tier 3 unit that Zerg has. This is another dead planetary, though. Yeah, these Lings alone are... I mean, I don't think the Banelings need to be involved here. As... What did they explode? I don't even know what they exploded on. Planetary down, Fungal up, Crozabile connecting on a couple Marines there. Very cool stuff. Infestor running for it, but waddling. Burrowed Banelings as a trap just out of that scan range. This would be huge. Oh, the scan just barely missed the Banelings both times. Baneling connection, sick. Oh, what a sick connection. Zerglings up. Is there enough Zerg to wipe this out? The Siege Tank's not very happy to be surrounded by Cracklings. Indeed not. Fungal on the Ghost, so they can't even steady target there. They can't snipe. Ooh. Dark's up 179 to 142 supply, but he's on 6 bases, which means he can rebuild pretty quickly. He's getting transformation servos. Dark's coming into the 6th base, which is not a planetary, mind you. Tank gets wiped out despite being supported by a ton of Marines and Ghosts and whatnot. Neural Parasite getting researched. Chitinous plating on the way for the Ultralisks that do not exist, nor is he building any. Just keeping that in his back pocket. A lot of Infestors, man. This is cool. 15 Infestors. I guess Neural Parasiting Ghosts, Neural Parasiting Siege Tanks. Both of these are good targets for that. Yeah, income largely favoring Dark, but man, I think a lot of mules just got called down because Cure has the income advantage right now, and that's just can only be attributable to the mule at this stage of the game. Liberators being added in, Infernal Pre-Igniter coming in, intriguingly. Is it kind of a hybrid mech thing he's working on here, or is just getting upgrades that he needs, or maybe he thinks he might need at some point? Is this just another dead planetary? Like, seriously, these Lings are just rolling in. They don't need any Baneling support at all. I mean, the Banelings are going to be used, but they were not necessary. Oh my gosh, Lings into the main base. Oh, sniping a +3 vehicle weapons upgrade is pretty good. These Lings have 3/3 and Adrenal. They are little DPS maniacs. Look at how fast this goes down. This is only like 6 Zerglings, man. Oh, Ghost Academy getting sniped. Is that the only Ghost Academy? Yeah, that's the... Okay, it's the only Ghost Academy. I think Cure is just getting picked apart here. Right side base dead. He hasn't been able to kill a hatchery for some time. There is so much creep on the map here. Like, insane amounts of creep on the map here. I think Dark is just feeling comfy. Feeling all sorts of comfy and cozy. Sending up Ling attacks, but Blue Flame Hellbats, not bad. Fungal up. That is something Dark's been relying on today, is those Fungals. And then the Banelings roll into the Fungal units, and they can't run from them, and that's why Fungal is good. But EMP is getting tossed down on clumps of Infestors is also pretty sick. These Ghosts maybe trying to come up front here a little bit. Dude, Chain Fungal. We do not see this a lot. I feel like I did post a video last week that involved a lot of Fungal, and I wonder if it's kind of coming back into form. Coming back into the meta a little bit. Neural Parasite on a Siege Tank. 2 Siege Tanks Neural Parasited. Firing away on the enemy Ghosts, on enemy Siege Tanks. Dude, that was such enough to get the tide turned in that battle. 176 to 150 supply. Cure's trying to expand top left, but there are Lings in the neighborhood. They're going to allow that to happen, it would seem. But yeah, I mean, Dark's up about 40 supply right now, 30 supply. Fungals tossed down. Neural Parasite on the Liberators, effectively, and then resetting the circles up. Oh my gosh, this is insane. Neural Parasite on the Liberators, setting up the Defender mode circles to kill enemy Siege Tanks is so sick. Ah, they're getting shots off on Ghosts, which is super bad. 4 SCVs die, 171 to 149 supply at 20 minutes. Ah, it is the classic single swarm host being built by accident by Dark here in this game. So Cure's not retaking this right side base. I feel like that's a mistake. Getting away with the top left is not bad, though. Dark continuing just to send little Ling groups up here. Just, you know, keeping some pressure on, not letting Cure feel comfortable at all. Infestors, Lings, Banes hiding back this way. Jeez, siege tanks, small groups of Marines. Adrenal Lings are just your mortal enemy here. Finally getting saved, though. Excellent stuff. Resources lost 35,000 from Cure, 44,000 lost from Dark. Got the Swarm Host just dies. It's really, one Swarm Host is of really not any value to a Zerg player. Understandable he would sack him like that. Alright, another push here from Cure up this left side, but I just feel like Cure could kill 2 or 3 hatcheries and still be down in this game. That is how this is going today, I feel like. Dark's spending his money extremely well considering how many bases he has and the 87 drones he's got. He's expanding up the right side too. I don't know, could Cure turn this into a game of attrition where he just... the Zerg player's trades are not good enough and he runs out of cash and the Terran fan just is kind of happy because Cure wins just by sort of hanging out? Oh, look at this, abandoning the hatchery left side Dark. I guess he's mined a lot of resources from it. No gas, though, at all. Once again, these Ling just little journeys up into the center here. Finding tanks here and there. Taking down sensor towers, missile turrets, whatever. Dark okay with losing that because he knows he has this right side base. I don't know. I can't shake this feeling that Dark is feeling incredibly comfortable right now. He's killed 41 SCVs. He's only lost 2 drones thus far. Dark's got more than half of the map creeped up. The neural parasites have been sick. The fungals have been really good too. So I think as far as, you know, cost effectiveness goes, I think Dark's done a pretty good job with it. 28 more banelings in production over here. Silently waiting for an option to attack. Coming up. Dark trying to put the hammer down here. Fungal's getting tossed down. The infestor count is just so high. 3 neuroparasites, a liberator that dies to a hydralisk, which isn't great. These fungaling units that are chasing down this Hydra Infestor style army just so they can't chase. EMP does catch a couple, about 3 of those infestors. Good snipe there too. Left side trying to get reestablished by Dark. Cure right side. Thinks about it, then thinks better of it. Takes a fungal, nice EMP counter there, but my gosh, this is crazy stuff. Ghost count just getting absolutely obliterated here. This might be your GG. I'm looking at Cure. He's like, there are no ultras to snipe. What is this? You got to EMP and snipe the infestors, man. That's got to be the play, but he doesn't have any ghosts remaining, so that's hard to do. Incredibly difficult, actually. Yeah, I mean, outer lying bases are just, there's no time to save them at all because everything is too dire here at the natural base. Handful of Hydras remain, not really enough to break through that. Hydras are sitting at +2/+3, so it's good upgrades, but they're just not intended to deal with this many Marines. Okay, the siege tank death count is through the roof right here. That is 33. 33 siege tanks have died today. I just don't know that tanks are good in the current meta. I really don't. Especially when they're split and they're spread. It's just too easy for Lings to come in there and deal with them. And it's rough. I mean, this might just be more of a factor of Dark being better than Cure right now. Like I said, Cure won that GSL legit. Like, had a fantastic peak last year, 2 years ago with that. But, what has he done lately is the question, right? And that's kind of the question for anyone who's, you know, an elite player or an elite person of what they do is, what have you done for me lately? No one's going to let you rest on your laurels of what you did 2 years, 4 years, 6 years ago, you know? It's just, you can't keep at that elite level unless you keep performing. So Dark's up 50 supply. This is just, nah, this is not a tenable position for the Zerg player the Terran player at all. Zerg player's fine. I don't know if that's a Freudian slip, because I do not think the Terran player is doing okay. More Banelings. I mean, a total of 177 Banelings have died today, so it's been a lot. A lot of them have exploded on their intended targets, though. Yeah, just getting right into the natural of the Terran player, going after his factories, which have been so big. It's, again, this kind of hybrid play that our guy Kier tried to go for with the tanks and the Hellbats, and not as much bio, but look at this fungal, man. EMPs didn't get all of us. Okay, Lings did not get up that ramp. Kier at this point, I just feel like is being a little stubborn. I feel like another Terran player might have GG'd out here, but this is Kier we're talking about. If you have a planetary, it gets Baneling bombed. If you don't have a planetary, Lings just come in and kill all your stuff anyway. Sure, you can lift the orbital, but you're going to lose all your SCVs. That's not cool. Dark actually has a drone up here attacking too, which is hilarious. Worker count, 78 to 31. Income just went down into Dark's side. I mean, we just... everywhere. Attacking everywhere, all the time. Dark's on infinity bases right now, effectively. Doesn't even really matter what the number is. Kier being allowed to have this top left, I am a little bit interested that Dark hasn't tried to kill that, and as soon as I say that, he's going to kill it. Yep, again, the Banelings are great for killing SCVs, but planetaries can go down to fully upgraded Cracklings. Kier pushing the Zerg army down this way, but it is a 175 to 98 army supply or overall supply situation here. A lot of that for Dark is in fact workers. It's a 77 to 8 overall supply, so army value is 108 to 89, which is not nearly as bad, but the longer the game goes on in a situation like this, the worse it is for Kier. He needs to win this thing now. Just this whole pulling back thing, this is just prolonging the inevitable. This is giving you no chance to win. And I think Kier knows that. Kier's smart enough to recognize that, and I think the GG is going to come any second now. Great fungals. Beautiful fungals. Infestors just kind of wandering into death because Dark is all sorts of sloppy right now, and it doesn't matter. And Kier stopped microing, and there's your GG. Dark is your winner in 27 minutes and 15 seconds. Well done. Very, very well done there by Dark. But what else? Are we surprised by this? No. Income favoring him largely over the last 10 minutes. One little piece here where Kier managed to poke up into the blue there, but not going to work out in the end. 41 siege tanks died. That is huge. Unorbital died. 4 planetaries got bombed, and a command center went down. 2 hatcheries were killed. 1,254 Lings died, but at least they died with their full upgrades and adrenal. I'm okay with it. They died in service of a win as well. 22 infestors went down. 28 ghosts went down as far as the spellcasters are concerned. And yeah, just an absolutely interesting display of Dark using the infestors in ways, right? Yeah, just a really good ZVT there today. Well done, Dark, and that's going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also check me out at Patreon, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.